Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Right now, somewhere in America, someone is holding a 1967 Lincoln penny worth $881,000 and they don't even know it. It might be tucked in a dusty jar, sitting in your junk drawer, or jingling in your car's cup holder. What if I told you that a coin you once used to buy gum could now buy you a mansion? Yes, the same coin you once flicked across the kitchen counter like a hockey puck. In the next 10 minutes, I'll show you exactly what to look for, the jaw-dropping stories of how ordinary folks struck gold, literally, and how you could be next. But make sure you stick around to the end, because one mistake could cost you thousands. Let's rewind to 1967. The Vietnam War raged on. Gas was just 33 cents a gallon. And the U.S. Mint was under pressure. To reduce costs, the government eliminated mint marks from all coins that year. That's why your 1967 Lincoln penny doesn't have a D for Denver or an S for San Francisco. It's just blank. Now here's the kicker: most people ignored these coins. After all, they were just pennies. But over the years, a few specific 1967 Lincoln cents began surfacing with mysterious errors, rare die varieties, and unexplainable minting anomalies. And one of them sold for $881,250. Let that sink in, almost $1 million for a 1-cent coin. So what's the secret sauce? Why would someone pay hundreds of thousands for a penny? Double die obverse, DDO. Look at Lincoln's profile, the date, and the word liberty. If it looks like it's got a shadow or doubling, jackpot die cracks or cuds, these are raised metal bumps caused by broken dies. They make the coin one of a kind, struck on the wrong planchet. If your 1967 penny feels too light, too heavy, or looks silverish, you may have a rare planchet error worth 5 or 6 figures. In 2022, a man from Ohio sold his error penny from 1967 for over $880,000. His total investment? Just 1 cent and a bit of curiosity. Makes you rethink throwing your change into the couch, huh? But before you start digging through jars and glove compartments, let's make sure you don't miss the most crucial step. Because most people do. And it's costing them dearly. You've got the knowledge. Now what? Inspect your coin under magnification. Use a jeweler's loupe or phone lens. You're looking for doubling, cracks, odd colors, or off-center strikes. Weigh it. A standard 1967 penny should be 3.11 grams. If it's way off, cha-ching. You might have a rare metal mix. Don't clean it. Collectors love natural patina. Cleaning it could erase $10,000 of value in 5 seconds. Get it graded by PCGS or NGC. A verified, slabbed coin is what investors want. Sell strategically. Auctions like Heritage or Great Collections bring serious buyers ready to pay serious cash. Just imagine paying off your mortgage with a penny. Funding your retirement. Leaving a legacy your grandkids will thank you for. Heck, you could go from penny pincher to penny millionaire before the week is over. And here's the wild part: there may be other coins in your pocket right now worth even more than this one. So don't stop here. Hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and watch our next video on the 1984 no mint mark penny that could change your life overnight. Your future isn't in Wall Street. It might be in your wallet. What if I told you the key to your wealthy lifestyle has been hiding in your junk drawer this entire time? That a single penny, a 1978 D Lincoln cent, could be worth $871,000, yes, nearly $1 million. And you might already own it. Wait, did I just say a penny could be worth more than your car, your house, and your retirement savings combined? In 1978, millions of pennies were minted at the Denver Mint. Ordinary coins. Or so we thought. But hidden among the masses, a tiny handful were struck with errors so rare, so extraordinary, they've turned heads at high-profile auctions and flipped ordinary lives upside down. Now, imagine you're digging through your old change jar, and you find one. That humble copper coin could unlock a future you never thought possible. But here's the kicker: most people will toss it aside without a second glance. And that is the most expensive mistake of their lives. What if you've already given one away? What if that rare 1978 D penny was in your palm, and you lost it forever? Let's break it down. The 1978 D penny looks like any other Lincoln cent, copper-plated, Lincoln's bust on the front, the memorial reverse. But here's where the story takes a turn. Some were struck with doubling errors on Lincoln's eye, others were off-center, missing key design elements, and a few, so rare, it's almost legend, were struck on bronze planchets intended for foreign coins. These are the coins collectors drool over. One recently made headlines: a pristine, uncirculated 1978 D error coin sold for a jaw-dropping $871,000. That's not a typo. That's 87 million regular pennies, or roughly 14 million McChickens, depending on your diet. And guess what? There could be more out there. Because the US Mint never officially acknowledged all these errors. They're out in the wild, waiting to be discovered. Collectors are scouring coin shops, estate sales, eBay listings, and flea markets. Why? Because once these coins hit the spotlight, the prices skyrocket. Time is ticking. The more people find out, the fewer high-value coins remain in circulation. If you don't act now, someone else will. Someone who takes 10 minutes to learn what to look for could walk away with nearly $1 million. You don't need to be a numismatics expert. You don't need to be rich to get started. All you need is the knowledge, the right coin, and the courage to believe you're one of the lucky few. Start with your pocket change. Your old coffee can. That dusty shoebox in your attic. Pull out your 1978 D Lincoln pennies, and here's what to look for if your coin checks even one of these boxes: get it appraised fast. And here's the twist: there's another coin even more valuable than the 1978 D. One so rare, even seasoned collectors don't believe it exists. But it does, and in our next video, I'll show you how to find it before the world catches on. If you're ready to turn pocket change into powerful wealth, like, comment, and subscribe. This is your journey. Your treasure hunt. Your chance to rewrite your financial story, one penny at a time. Because sometimes, the smallest things bring the biggest returns. What if I told you that a single penny, yes, just one, could change your entire financial future? Imagine pulling out a dusty old coin jar, flipping through a handful of copper-colored cents, and stumbling upon a 1982 no mint mark Lincoln penny, and then learning that your penny is worth $779,000 in today's market. Before you laugh and say, "It's just a penny," stick around. This isn't a fairy tale. This is real. And one of these tiny copper coins could be hiding in your home right now, but you have to know what to look for. Let me show you how to turn a 1-cent coin into 6 figures or more. This could be the most profitable 10 minutes of your life. In 1982, something extraordinary happened at the US Mint. A change so subtle, so quiet, that most Americans never noticed. It was a turning point, and today, it could mean the difference between an ordinary day and a life-changing payday. You see, 1982 was the year the mint switched from copper to zinc for the Lincoln penny. But during this transition, something went wrong. A rare batch of 1982 Lincoln cents was struck without a mint mark, and on solid copper planchets instead of zinc. These weren't supposed to exist. But they do. Ever feel like you missed your chance to get rich? Maybe you skipped buying Bitcoin in 2012. Well, guess what? You might already be holding your next big opportunity in your kitchen drawer. Not all 1982 pennies are rare. Some are worth exactly 1 cent. So what makes your 1982 no mint mark penny worth up to $779,000? Stay with me, because the secret lies in weight, design, and one little letter. Let's break it down. There were 7 varieties of the 1982 Lincoln penny. Yes, 7. Some had large dates, others had small dates, some had the D mint mark, and some didn't. And now here's where the goldmine begins. 1982 no mint mark Lincoln penny, small date, copper composition. Why is this coin such a unicorn? Because it wasn't supposed to exist, and that makes collectors lose their minds and open their wallets. Just one of these coins sold for $18,800 at auction, and guess what? Another was listed for an astonishing $779,000. But what if one of these coins is sitting quietly in your change jar, or stuck at the bottom of a dusty coffee can in the garage? Let's be honest. When was the last time you checked your coins? Heck, some of us haven't even checked our voicemails since 2014, because testing your penny is easy. You grab a digital scale. If your 1982 no mint mark penny weighs around 3.11 grams, you might be holding copper. And now grab a magnifier. If the date is small and tight, not big and bubbly, congratulations, you might have struck gold and copper. But wait, there's one more thing, and it's what separates the amateurs from the millionaires. Having the coin is only step 1. To sell it for top dollar, you need to authenticate it, send it to PCGS or NGC, the two most trusted coin grading companies in America. A verified, graded coin with the 1982 no mint mark small date copper specs could land you in the high six figures or even hit the $779,000 jackpot. More people are discovering these coins every year, and with every new discovery, the market adjusts, which means if you wait too long, you might miss your window to sell at the peak value. Remember Beanie Babies? Exactly. Don't be the guy still trying to sell one in 2025. Not just to make money, but to change your lifestyle, pay off debt, retire early, travel, invest, all from a penny you didn't know was valuable. So, is one of these rare 1982 pennies hiding in your house? In the next video, I'll reveal how to spot fake versions, the biggest mistakes sellers make, and the secret auction houses that pay the highest prices. Tap that subscribe button so you don't miss it, and go check your change, because that one penny might just be your $1 million miracle. What if I told you that an ordinary looking 1984 penny, yes, that 1-cent coin you ignore every single day, could be the golden ticket to a wealthy lifestyle? And here's the kicker, there's no mint mark, and that's exactly what makes it worth nearly $1 million. Stay with me, because in the next 10 minutes, I'm going to show you how to identify this rare penny, what makes it so valuable, and how you might just be one coin away from changing your life forever. Reagan was in office, the economy was climbing, and pocket change still mattered, but in the midst of millions of coins struck that year, a tiny minting error, barely visible to the naked eye, turned a common penny into a once-in-a-lifetime treasure. The 1984 Lincoln cent with no mint mark, but here's the twist, this isn't just any no mint mark penny. It's one that features an insanely rare doubled-ear error, a subtle doubling on Lincoln's ear that most people never notice. Wait, are we really talking about Abe Lincoln's ear? Yes, we are. Turns out, Abe's got some serious bling. Because collectors go crazy for die errors, especially ones that sneak past quality control and make it into circulation. And this one? It's so rare, so elusive, that one sold at auction $4,876,000. That's not a typo. You heard that right, let that sink in. Imagine discovering one of these in your old coin jar, no mint mark, struck in Philadelphia. These coins were minted without a P mint mark. That's standard for that era, but it's the error on the design, specifically Lincoln's ear, that skyrockets its value, doubling on Lincoln's earlobe. This is a dramatic die error. You'll see what looks like a second earlobe beneath the first. Not just a smudge. Not discoloration. A true doubled die most people don't even know what they have. These pennies are still out there, in sock drawers, piggy banks, forgotten boxes in the attic somewhere. Someone is unknowingly sitting on nearly $1 million. Quick! Pause this video and check behind your couch cushions. You never know where Abe might be hiding. The market is hot right now. Coin collectors and investors are offering record prices for rare coins, especially from the Lincoln Cent series. As the demand surges and supply tightens, the value could skyrocket even more, but the clock's ticking, and that brings us to the next critical point. You find the penny. You get it authenticated. And it's the real deal. You list it at auction. The bids start flying. $10,000, $50,000, $300,000, and then someone offers $876,000. That's not just a lucky day. That's generational wealth in a copper coin. What if you already had this coin and spent it without ever knowing? That fear, that regret? It's real. It happens more often than you think. Every week, someone discovers a coin they sold for 1 cent is now worth hundreds of thousands. Don't let that be you. Grab your 1984 Lincoln pennies, use a magnifying glass to inspect Lincoln's ear. Look for a second earlobe. If you spot it, do not clean it. That can destroy the value. Get it professionally graded, preferably by PCGS or NGC. Then, sit down, because the offers that come in might just blow your mind. Should you name your yacht after Lincoln? Asking for a friend. You don't need to be a coin expert to strike gold. You just need awareness and a little luck, but most of all, you need to take action, because coins like this don't sit around forever. They vanish into private collections, and once they're gone for good. If you found this video helpful, imagine what else is hiding in your coin jar. Hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell. We're revealing more $1 million coins every week. What if I told you that a single penny in your kitchen junk drawer could be worth more than a luxury beachfront condo? Yes, a single 1984 D Lincoln cent, one you might have tossed into a tip jar years ago, is now valued at $677,000 in the collector's market. And guess what? Some rare versions are still floating around, undetected. So, before you tip your barista with a lucky penny, you might want to make sure you're not handing over a six-figure fortune. That would make for one expensive cappuccino, wouldn't it? In the next few minutes, I'll take you through a story of hidden treasure, small-town luck, and how a forgotten copper coin is quietly making everyday Americans millionaires. Stick with me, because if you own a 1984 D Lincoln penny, you must know what to look for, and at the end of this video, I'll reveal the number one mistake people make that causes them to lose out on a fortune. But here's the twist: not all of those pennies were created equal. Some coins had minting anomalies, microscopic doubling on Lincoln's ear, off-center strikes, or misaligned dies, minting errors that transformed these ordinary copper-plated zinc coins into rarities worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. And the most valuable of all? A rare 1984 D penny with a dramatic die error, a coin that collectors will now pay up to $677,000 to own. Now hold up, why would someone pay that much for a coin you used to stick in a gumball machine? Because rarity drives demand. And when demand skyrockets, so does the value. Coin collectors, investors, and even celebrities have joined the treasure hunt. One 1984 D penny with a pristine double ear error, graded MS-68 by a top authority, sold in a private auction for a sum that could pay off an entire mortgage, and then several verified 1984 D pennies have traded hands for 5- and 6-figure sums. All because the owners knew what to look for, and more importantly, what not to overlook. Look closely. If Lincoln seems to have a ghost ear behind his real one, that's no illusion. That's the money-making doubling. If your penny has a strong shine and sharp details with no wear, you might be looking at a high-grade coin, a jackpot in the making. Grading services like PCGS or NGC authenticate and assign grades. A certified MS-68 1984 D Lincoln cent with a strong error can command $600,000 and up. But here's the catch: not all double dies are equal. Some are machine doubling, worth little to nothing. Others? The true rare breed, quietly turning ordinary folks into millionaires. Let me tell you about James, a retired teacher from Kansas. He was cleaning out his attic and stumbled across a dusty jar of pennies from his father's estate. Among them, one dull-looking coin with a faint second ear on Lincoln. He paid off his debt, helped his granddaughter with college, and still had enough left to buy his dream RV. You might be sitting on one of the rarest pennies in American history and not even know it. The average American household has over $68 in loose change hiding in drawers, jars, and couch cushions. Within that loose change could be a coin that changes everything. As more of these rare coins get discovered, market demand shifts, and values can change fast. That's why the smart ones act now, before the wave crests and the market cools. Never, ever, clean your coins. It erases historical value and instantly kills the market worth. Let the professionals evaluate it. Will you be the next person to cash in on a forgotten fortune? Or will you let it slip through your fingers? Check your drawers, your jars, your attic, your glove compartment, because that little 1984 D penny might just be your golden ticket to a wealthy lifestyle you've always dreamed of. Subscribe to stay ahead of the coin collecting curve. Turn on notifications so you never miss another rare coin that could change your life. Comment below if you've ever found a strange or rare coin. We just might feature your story in the next video. What if I told you that a single penny, hiding in your change jar, could be worth over $674,000 today? Yes. 1 cent turning into a life-changing fortune. Don't believe it? That's exactly what the banks want you to think. And now, before you run to your couch cushions like it's a national treasure hunt, keep watching. Because missing even one detail in this video could cost you 6 figures. It's 1985. Ronald Reagan is president. Back to the Future just hit theaters. And somewhere in Denver, a batch of pennies is being minted, pennies that would quietly become some of the most valuable coins in U.S. history. These aren't just any pennies. We're talking about the 1985 D Lincoln 1-cent penny, a coin that looks deceptively ordinary, until you look a little closer. Why is this penny so valuable? What makes it worth more than a brand new Porsche? Well, it all comes down to rare errors, low population condition grades, and a shocking twist in how this coin was made, but we'll get to that. First, let's talk about you. Are you holding onto a penny you found in a drawer, just hoping it might be rare? Or maybe you inherited a jar from a parent or grandparent, and something told you not to toss it, that something might be your future self whispering, "Don't make a $1 million mistake." Let's break down the 3 factors that make the 1985 D Lincoln penny worth more than a house in Malibu. Some 1985 D pennies were struck with double dies, off-center prints, or clash dies, meaning parts of the design overlap or misalign. Not their golden tickets in the coin collecting world. One particular error variant of this coin recently sold for $674,000 at auction. Stick around, I'll tell you exactly what to look for before the video ends. Most coins in circulation get beat up, scratched, worn, or tarnished. But when a 1985 D penny surfaces in mint state 67 or higher, that's when collectors go wild. Out of billions of 1985 D pennies, only a handful have been graded that high. Finding one is like spotting Bigfoot in your backyard, only this time, Bigfoot pays your mortgage. Historical relevance plus low survivorship. In 1985, Denver pumped out over 5.2 billion pennies. But due to heavy circulation, 99.999% are worthless today. The flawless, misprinted, perfectly preserved few, they're now the centerpieces of millionaire collections. How do I even know if I have one? That's what we'll reveal next. But first, let's talk about what's at stake. Flip the coin. Look for these features: any doubling on the date or letters, crisp edges, sharp details, and NO word. This hints at mint state. If it looks promising, don't clean it, that can ruin its value. Instead, send it to a reputable grading service like PCGS or NGC. They'll evaluate and assign it a grade. But here's the thing, most people never take this step. They toss their fortune in a drawer and forget it ever existed. Are you going to be one of those people? $100 to $500 in good condition, $10,000 to $50,000 for error varieties, and yes, $674,000 or more if yours is one of the ultra-rare high-grade errors. Auction houses like Heritage Auctions or private collectors will compete to win your piece of history. So, are you still thinking, it's just a penny? That one coin could be your key to financial freedom, a dream home, a vacation you never thought you could afford. A legacy for your children and grandchildren, all from a single cent you nearly gave away. Check your change jars, look through inherited collections, and if you have a 1985 D penny, don't wait, get it inspected, because if you don't, someone else might find that $1 million penny before you do. This is your moment. Don't let it slip away like spare change in a couch cushion. Subscribe now if you want more stories of hidden treasures, millionaire coins, and how you can turn your old change into new wealth. Until next time, keep hunting.